At the bar with no name in Hell's Kitchen, the place already looks like a disaster before Daredevil even steps inside. Several men are lying unconscious across the floor while Wolverine stands in the middle of the wreckage with blood around him. Daredevil walks in cautiously with his batons ready and instantly recognizes him. Shocked, he calls out, "Wolverine, what's going on here? Why are you in Hell's Kitchen?" Even before Logan answers, Matt can already sense something darker in the room. Wolverine slowly turns towards Daredevil, his eyes glowing an unnatural red. He casually explains that he was just passing through New York and stopped for a drink. According to him, the customers inside got disagreeable. As he talks, Logan grabs a beer bottle and downs it. After wiping his mouth, Wolverine smirks and asks Daredevil if he wants some too, almost daring him to start something. The exchange immediately tells Matt that this is not normal Wolverine behavior. Daredevil explains that he is tracking a dangerous gang tearing apart Hell's Kitchen, and tells Wolverine that as long as nobody else gets killed, he will stay out of his business. But the moment Matt says that, he senses something far more disturbing beneath Logan's surface. Almost instantly, Daredevil realizes Wolverine has been possessed. After everything involving Doctor Strange earlier, Matt has become more aware, and now he can practically feel it radiating off of Logan. Wolverine's grin widens as he knows exactly what Daredevil is thinking. He taunts him by saying, "Come on now, you can smell the truth." Inside his own thoughts, Daredevil admits something deeply personal. "When I consider my mortal sins, I know which ones I'm most guilty of. None of my other flaws comes close to my wrath." And as he stares at Wolverine, Matt realizes there may not be a more perfect earthly vessel for wrath than Wolverine himself. Without warning, Wolverine explodes into motion. His claws shoot out as he lunges directly at Daredevil with terrifying speed. The beer bottle flies from his hand and smashes away as Logan roars, "I'm just here for you." Daredevil flips and dodges around Wolverine's claws while desperately trying to calm him down. He tells Logan to listen and tries reasoning with him, but it becomes obvious almost immediately that words are useless. Wolverine keeps attacking non-stop, forcing Matt completely onto the defensive. As Daredevil twists away from another strike, he realizes the wrath-controlling Wolverine has completely taken over. Logan is not listening. Matt understands there is only one option left now. I make him listen. The fight intensifies as Daredevil rushes forward again. Wolverine looks thrilled by the challenge, shouting that Daredevil has finally gotten his blood pumping. The battle quickly turns savage. Daredevil has fought Wolverine before and knows exactly how dangerous he is. He's been lucky to walk away. Every exchange leaves Matt more injured while Logan barely slows down. In his thoughts, Daredevil compares fighting Wolverine to fighting a slab of meat wrapped around a lead pipe. Logan simply does not stop. Wolverine's claws slash into Daredevil repeatedly, tearing into his suit and leaving blood across both of them. Matt manages to land kicks and strikes of his own, even smashing Logan into a table at one point. But none of it keeps Wolverine down for long. Instead, Logan grins through the blood with an almost terrifying enjoyment. Daredevil realizes the diabolical wrath possessing Wolverine has made him even more nastier than usual. The fight crashes straight through the bar window when Wolverine hurls Daredevil outside. Glass explodes everywhere as Matt slams down onto a nearby car. Exhausted and losing focus, Daredevil admits to himself that he is in serious trouble. Wolverine immediately leaps after him, claws extended, refusing to give him even a second to recover. Matt barely manages to redirect Logan's momentum with his legs before getting sliced apart. The difference between them is becoming painfully obvious. Daredevil is tiring while Wolverine seems completely energized. Trying to move the battle away from civilians, Daredevil forces Wolverine toward a nearby construction truck filled with rubble and broken concrete. He knows innocent people are going to get hurt if this continues in crowded streets. The fight spills onto the moving truck itself as both men continue tearing into each other. Daredevil strikes Wolverine with his batons while constantly dodging claws. Even when Matt narrowly avoids a direct hit, Wolverine still tears through parts of his suit, leaving bloody claw marks across his torso. As they clash on top of the truck, civilians nearby stare in shock while some begin recording the fight on their phones. One horrified bystander curses while another sarcastically comments that this is just another normal day in New York City. By the time the truck reaches the waterfront area, both of them are covered in blood and barely slowing down. Daredevil grapples Wolverine from behind, trying to restrain him, but Wolverine laughs and throws both of them off the moving truck. They slam onto the pavement hard beside the water, skidding across the ground in a brutal crash. Wolverine rises back to his feet, completely covered in blood, yet somehow looking stronger than ever. His claws remain extended while his glowing red eyes lock onto Daredevil like a predator staring down wounded prey. Across from him, Matt struggles just to stand upright. His costume is shredded, blood pours from his injuries, and every breath is heavier than the last. In his mind, Daredevil finally admits the truth he has been trying to ignore since the fight began. He cannot beat Wolverine like this. My gut lurches as I realize the truth. I can't win. Wolverine is too strong, too tough, too vicious, and worst of all, he keeps healing from damage that would put any normal man down for good. Meanwhile, Matt's own body is slowing with every second. As Wolverine grins through the blood smeared across his face, Daredevil reflects bitterly. I always knew my wrath would be my undoing. But Wolverine suddenly laughs and tells him he has it all wrong. The red blood twisting around Logan grows more intense as he says he can smell what Daredevil is thinking. Then Wolverine reveals the truth. It's not wrath controlling him. Something else is inside him entirely. Wolverine lunges straight at Daredevil. Blood erupts around Logan's body almost like it has a life of its own, twisting upward into the shape of a monstrous, demonic figure. With glowing red eyes and a savage grin stretched across his face, Wolverine shells, "It's your lost." Daredevil keeps retreating as Wolverine tears through the walkway after him, every slash wild and brutal. The demonic presence continues swirling around Logan, almost dancing with every attack. Inside his head, Matt finally understands the truth. Lust. Of course. Not lust for love or pleasure. Lust for violence. A part of him, maybe the biggest part, lusts for the violence, the pain, the rush of throwing punches until his hands break apart. Even while dodging Wolverine's claws, Matt admits to himself that the devil isn't completely wrong. He hates the realization, but he can't deny it anymore. I don't know how to defeat this shameful desire, this relentless drive to fight until my knuckles bleed. I only know it starts by being honest with myself that this life of fists and broken bones is ugly, and admitting that I can't change it on my own. He then glances toward the water behind him and makes a desperate choice. Grabbing hold of Wolverine mid-attack, Matt throws both of them over the edge and down into the seawater below. As they plunge, Daredevil clings tightly to Logan and silently prays, believing that maybe cleansing the body can also cleanse the soul. Daredevil refuses to let go. He forces Wolverine farther down into the depths. Matt locks Wolverine in place and keeps him submerged, believing this is the only way to purge whatever evil has taken hold of him. Daredevil confesses the truth, thinks about cleansing, about purification, about washing away corruption and sin. He grips Wolverine's jaw open as streams of bubbles escape upward through the water. The possession finally starts ripping itself free from Wolverine's body underwater. A demonic shape pours out from Logan's mouth like liquid smoke mixed with blood. Even as it leaves him, the entity keeps taunting Daredevil. Go ahead, lover. Walk away. You'll come back. You always do. With the possession gone, Wolverine's body finally goes limp. Both of them sink hard onto the seabed before Daredevil forces himself back into motion despite exhaustion tearing through every muscle in his body. Matt grabs Logan and begins dragging him upward through the water. His billy club breaks the surface first, then Daredevil finally pulls both of them back onto the shore. Collapsing onto the pavement completely drained while Wolverine lies unconscious beside him. Later, Daredevil and Wolverine sit together inside of a bar, first aid supplies scattered across the counter. Daredevil sits there exhausted, covered in bandages and bruises, holding a cold bottle against his battered face and damaged eye, while Wolverine, Already mostly healed thanks to his healing factor, casually drinks across from him like the entire night was just another bad evening. Logan tells Daredevil to stop blaming himself for what happened, explaining that this is far from the first time that he's been possessed, and that he's fine now that he has whiskey in his system. He tells Matt to cover his tab and they can call things even. Daredevil replies by saying, "It's a deal, but can you even get drunk?" Wolverine admits it only works for a few minutes, but says it's still worth it anyway. Since he is feeling generous and a little tipsy, Logan leaves Daredevil with one final piece of advice. "It's better to make your peace with who you are than spend a lifetime denying it." Wolverine makes it clear that he understands that better than most people because he has spent years struggling with parts of himself. After saying his piece, Wolverine stands up. "But that's enough yapping from me. Take it easy, bub, and thanks for the drink." He walks out, leaving Daredevil alone to think about everything the fight forced him to confront about himself. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel.